This is tutorial number 2 on oiling the gears. To make the machinery of your sentences run smoothly and quietly, proofread with your ears as well as your eyes, and edit linked phrases so they have the same structure. The example we're going to look at in this tutorial is what I call the from-to case, where you have two prepositional phrases linked to express movement in space or time. For instance, from here to there, or from now until then. This is different slightly from the case we looked at in tutorial number 1 on oiling the gears, which was relative conjunction sets. Words like not only, but also. Those are linked grammatically. The from-to case, the prepositional phrases aren't really linked grammatically. They're linked more in terms of meaning and in syntax, the order in which they're presented. The example we're going to look at, which shows you the from-to case in real copy, I think it needs a little bit of oil, but listen to it and see if you can hear what's wrong with it. We provide a comprehensive service from initial contact with your company to delivering the finished product. Now, the way you diagnose a sentence like this, first of all, we do as we always do, which is to copy and paste, so we can always check back to our original draft to make sure that our edit is improving it. But in this case, rather than diving into the edit, I want you to perform a kind of a test, a diagnostic test, and you do it like this. Delete in the from phrase everything except for the first word after from. In this case, contact with your company, out it goes. And do the same for the to phrase. Delete everything after to except for the very first word after to, delivering. Then read the sentence and listen to it, see if it sounds okay and makes sense. We provide a comprehensive service from initial to delivering. Well, no, it does go clink. It doesn't really make perfectly good sense. So now we have to find out why and what we can do to fix it. And I'm going to recommend you do something that you may have done in school if you were taught to parse sentences, to find the parts of speech in a sentence or a phrase. In this case, I've made a little table here with the parts of speech in the from phrase forming the column headings, and the from phrase itself, the words forming the row. So we have the initial preposition from, followed by an adjective, initial, that adjective modifying the noun contact, which is the object of the preposition. Then we have another prepositional phrase modifying contact, in this case the preposition with. The modifier is the possessive pronoun your, and the noun company functions as the object of the second preposition. Now we do the same thing for the to phrase. All the words after to, and put them in their proper slots in this spreadsheet kind of thing. We have the preposition to. There is no adjective following it. The object of the preposition is, in fact, it's not a pure noun, it's a gerund. It's the noun form of the verb delivering. And it is followed, there is no second prepositional phrase. In fact, there's just the gerund phrase, the verbal phrase, delivering the finished product, in which case the modifiers are the and finished. And the second object, well, it's just, there's only one. It's the object of the verbal here, rather than of a preposition. There is no second preposition, just as there is no adjective. So you can see graphically in a table like this that the to phrase is very different in structure to the from phrase. And what we want to do is make the structure identical. Now, you could change the from phrase to match the to phrase, or you can change the to phrase to match the from phrase. It doesn't matter. We'll do it changing the to phrase this time just to demonstrate. The first thing I want to do is change delivering to delivery. Means the same thing, but it's a bit closer to being a pure noun like contact. Now, having done that, we do need to put a preposition in here. So it's delivery of the finished product. And having done that, we might as well come over here and stick an adjective in the adjective slot. Now, the first adjective was initial. The from to case is a movement, in this case in time. You might say from the beginning to the end, from the initial contact to the final delivery. It even rhymes. In fact, if you wanted to get perfect with it, you'd realize that the modifier, in this case, your, is a special kind of modifier. It's a possessive pronoun. And following the you rule, which we've discussed in earlier tutorials, you could do the same thing in the second phrase. So now we have a perfect match. You can see the words aren't the same, but they're the same type of word grammatically, and they're in the same sequence syntactically. From initial contact with your company to final delivery of your product. In fact, I could now go back and repeat the test we did in the first instance, deleting everything except for the first word after from and the first word after final. And we now have, we provide a comprehensive service from initial to final. Now, while that's not perfect, you could easily change it to we provide a comprehensive service from first to last, and it would make perfect sense. So remember this kind of spreadsheet formula, if you will, to check your from to phrases when you're editing. The phrases should be identical in grammar and syntax. So the from phrase, if it's followed by a type A, a type B, and a type C word, the to phrase should be followed by a type A, a type B, or a type C phrase, or vice versa. Remember, you can also, if you like the way the to phrase sounds in your from to sentence, but the from phrase has different grammar and syntax, you can change the from phrase to match the to phrase.